My name is Vanessa Ajimang. I am the founder and creative director of Copperdas, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing something slightly different, still in line with the African inspired, but I really want to walk you through a journey of if you're wanting to create an African inspired look, how do you create that? So we're going to be doing some mood boarding today. So get your tools and equipment ready. This involves magazine cutouts, this involves fabrics, and I think this is really good for like if you've got a refresh, if you've moved into a new home and you've started to gather stuff but you're not exactly sure how you're going to bring it all together. So today we're going to talk through that and we're going to execute that look for you. Yeah, when I'm sort of beginning to look at a project, I look around my surrounding inspiration, what I love, what I'm drawn to. So I've noticed that I'm really drawn to the female form and the female body. So it tends to be whether in sculpture, whether in a carving, whether in artwork, I'm really drawn to that aesthetics. So I start shopping around maybe my local high street of different inspired looks that I like. I tend to look to Pinterest for a lot of inspiration and ideas. I think Pinterest is a really good foundation to kind of hone in on what you like, because what you'll find is after a while when you pin so many images together, you'll start to see a common thread. So that's always a good way to start. And with that, I might go to my Pinterest board and go to my high street store and start looking online of where I could kind of get similar features or I can get these textures. So I think it's really important to have a starting point. And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be like a sofa or something. It could be maybe a coaster that you've seen in your local charity shop, or it could be a colour that you've seen in a flower that you really love. You can take inspiration from nature, from your local surroundings, from travel. Anywhere you take inspiration is so important because that's what will show your personality in your home. So I always encourage you, even just go for a walk and then just be connected with nature. I think is really important. Especially for me as well, being a lampshade designer as well as an interior designer, I love to look at the way lighting changes a space and how it works, and whether you're looking for a statement, whether you want something subtle. Now in terms of Copperdas, naturally I create more statement pieces because that's what our clients are drawn to and that's what I'm drawn to. So I really look at the fabric textiles, and I think the pairing of the colours is really, really important. And you really want to create a space that you feel comfortable in, and somewhere you can relax, unwind, and somewhere that shows your personality. So it's really important to think about those different elements when decorating for your home. Start with a selection of magazines. Now I would probably choose a range of magazines. You can get Elle Decoration, Living, etc. It could be your local supermarket. And I wouldn't choose everything that's all in the same day, because obviously in your house you're not going to buy everything, unless you are, in one go. But it's really good to have a mix of different issues. I think that really helps with design. So I've got here Elle Decoration, I've got Living, etc. And what I'm going to start by doing is just flicking through and kind of just marking what really inspires me or what colours I'm drawn to. So for example, this kitchen is absolutely gorgeous. I love that colour palette. And then I would just tear that out. And what you'll find, you'll create a stack of images that you love. Like this is really nice as well. Nice, contemporary, earthy, grounded colours that work really well in the space. So you just kind of continue to find what you find, cut it out. Now, I wouldn't recommend sticking anything down straight away. I might even leave it for 24 hours so you're really in love with it. But just continue to collect your images so you have an idea of what you want. So I've got a stack of images that I cut out earlier. And with that image, what you want to do is find your hero image. And when I say hero image, that's your main image that you're like, oh, I love this, this is what I want. That's going to set the tone for your whole space. So for me, I've gone for this vibrant, bold tone, as I mentioned, of Karen Bengo for sofa.com. That's going to be my hero image in the center of my board. So once you've found a few images, it doesn't have to be anything too crazy about, just start cutting them out so you've got a nice selection of items for your page, for your board in fact actually, and that way you'll begin to see an eclectic mix of items. So So once you've done that, you then want to start thinking about your different samples and how that's going to come into play. So let's put the magazines to the side and your cutouts in a pile. So I've got my sample box here. Now my sample box is a mixture of things. I've even got leaves from the change of seasons because I really love the colour, the mustard, the richness. I'm a big fan of tonal colour palettes, so this is really gorgeous. So if you've got anything you've collected, whether it's carpet, whether it's the colour of a flower, this is the perfect time to bring it all together. So I've accumulated the colour palette that I've liked based on the images that I've chosen. So I've got this nice honey oak parquet flooring sample, which I think will be gorgeous with a nice vibrant colour palette. So you begin to see how all the colours are coming together. And because we're going for the muscle tonal tones, I've got a nice tan leather fabric. It's like a vintage leather. And this is paired with a nice burnt terracotta, almost like a caramel tone actually. So all of these colours will begin to come together. And I really like a deep carpet with a deep pile, so you can sink your feet into it. It feels quite warm, feels quite comforting. So those colours are all coming together. Now you're probably thinking, okay, I'm seeing how that's coming together, but first question, what do I put on the walls? How do I make that come together? Now I think this particular colour palette is going to be quite bold, it's going to be quite vibrant, so I want the walls to be slightly muted. So I would probably go for Lick's Beige 05, which is more of a muted tone, which I think will warm up the space and look really nice. And then I'll go for a Teal 03 as an accent colour, just to add that eclecticness with the rest of the furnishings. So you have something like this. Gorgeous. So then once I started to bring all that together, I'm collecting my different range of items that I like. I've also got some copper dust samples as well that really pairs well with the bold vibrancy of the colours that we're going for. So I'm just literally collecting these items. And when you place it on the board, it doesn't have to be something, oh my god, this is amazing. It can just be something really rough and rugged, nothing too tailored, because your idea is you just want to get your ideas onto something that you can see and make it work for you. So it doesn't have to be prim and pretty. Using colour and style and everything you've collected onto the board. Now I like to start with what I call probably the main base colour. So for me, like I mentioned before, I'm going to go for the Lick Beige 05 as the main background colour. Now you can get this in similar in Sherwin-Williams, Dulux, Farrow & Ball. You can find a similar colour palette, whatever colour brand or paint brand that you love. So I'm going to put that as my base image. And then I'm going to follow that with an accent of Teal 03 because I think that's a really nice pairing. So there we have it. Now, the reason why I've actually also gone for the whiteboard, you don't need to jam-pack the board. I think what's quite nice about having a whiteboard is having that cleanness in the background so it doesn't feel too busy, especially if you're using loads of bold, vibrant colours. You want to have that clean, fresh break. So then I'm going to add my hero image in the center, because this is my image that I'm going for. And I'm just going to place that in the middle. And then I'm just slowly going to start introducing different items that I've mentioned before and placing it on the board. So we're going to keep this solid oak rustic parquet, and we're going to add that there as well. Not forgetting the nice deep pearl carpet, introducing there. These gorgeous samples of vintage leather and that rich caramel. So remember, you don't need to stick anything down, just lay it down so it visually looks appealing to you. Now we want to keep that vibrancy and eclecticness of the colours and patterns, and this is where your African inspired style will come in. So if you've watched our previous video, if you're more of a modern contemporary, you'll have elements that you've collected that are more African inspired but modern contemporary. If you're bold and vibrant, this is your opportunity to be bold and vibrant. So in this case, I'm actually going for quite a bold, eclectic tone based on our hero image. So I'm going to introduce these copper dust colour samples now. This could be as a throw, this could be as a cushion, this could be as a quilt. This is a really nice way to introduce soft furnishings with colour. So I'm going to also add that onto the board. Now, as you can see, I'm not sticking anything down because I'm not 100% sold on anything yet. I'm just slowly placing items that I love, that I've collected, that I'm like, oh, do you know what? That could work really, really well. And then you'll just see things slowly coming together. And I think that's what I love about mood boarding. Everything eventually just starts to tie together. And if it doesn't, keep playing around with it until you get the right mood and feel that you want. Because at the end of the day, it's an exercise to help you understand what your style is, what you're looking for. And if you're going shopping as well, you can take a picture with you and like, these are the colours I'm working with. And it makes it so much easier to do what you're looking for. And for me, that's it. That's my mood board done. That's my colour palette. That's what the style I want to show in my home. Thank you so much for watching our mood board tutorial today. I hope you feel inspired. I hope your creative juices are flowing. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find us on Pinterest, Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see you next time. Bye!